me, I can't make it to Sweden for one of the biggest presentations of my life. So what's my best option then? Presented here, in Mongolia? Alright, thanks for your help.
My name is Benji Gallagher and I'm a podiatric endocrinologist here in Sydney. I'm here to acquaint with you about something that is affecting the lives of many, Prader-Willi syndrome. Prader-Willi syndrome is a rare genetic disorder that occurs in about 1 in 12,500 to 15,000 people. It explores paternally derived genes in chromosome 15. PWS is found in both sexes and all races worldwide. As a result of Prader-Willi syndrome, some of the symptoms observed include small feet and hands, abnormal growth and body composition, weak muscles, unstable hunger, intellectual disabilities, and anxiety-driven outbursts. The symptoms may vary depending on the different stages of life. People with PWS, when they are born, are described to have low muscle tone, poor sucking reflexes. Their late infancy includes always hungry, morbid obesity, and highly distinguished physical features. These symptoms are caused by a defect in the hypothalamus. This clip provides examples of what the hypothalamus involves. Now, some of you may question about why does this disease occur? Well, as the majority of you may know, humans have 23 pairs of chromosomes, with one set inherited from each parent. Well, research indicates that missing genes from chromosome 15 contributed by the father, paternal gene, causes about 60 to 70% of the PWS cases. This video explains the deletion of paternal Prader-Willi genes. This may include OCA2 gene, which is a pigment to eyes, hair and skin. Imprinting is another case of PWS, but this happens less than 5% of cases. Genes in the PWCR on the chromosome that came from the mother are normally inactivated due to the process known as imprinting, leading to Prader-Willi syndrome. Another process of PWS is maternal uniparental disomy. As stated in the video, this is when they receive 2 copies from the mother and none from the father. A translocation may also occur, which means some of the genes from chromosome 15 get shuffled around or swapped with genes from other chromosomes. In addition, among these are genes provide instructions for making molecules called nucleolar, which plays an essential role in producing proteins. In the majority of cases of Prader-Willi syndrome, it is not inherited, whilst you can inherit a mutilated allele from the father. The first diagram on the top displays a normal chromosome 15 and a defective chromosome 15, with the X representing the missing gene. As the disease is not inherited, nor dominant or recessive, it is hard to provide a family pedigree or a Punnett square. Although, we can see that an individual that possesses a particular gene, especially as a single copy, whose effect is masked by a dominant allele, so the associated characteristics is not displayed, but may be passed to offspring. The next chart then displays what the PWS patient must undergo to receive the disease. By diagnosing PWS, there is no cure for this disease. There are a variety of ways to diagnose this certain type of disease. This includes the methylation analysis, the FISH method. These all involve the study of chromosomal patterns and DNA or histone modification, and you can also distinguish a patient with PWS and a normal baby, if I must use that word, by their deceiving characteristics and symptoms, so they can undertake diagnostics of PWS. There are numerous treatments, conditioning and management processes that you must undertake if your child has PWS. First of all, looking after your own health and well-being will better help you look after your child with PWS. A combination of behavioural therapy, environmental control and medication may be required. The NDIS helps you get service and support in your community and gives you funding for things like early therapy or educational support. Human growth hormone is an effective treatment in not only increasing height, but decreasing body fat, increasing muscle mass, and improving weight distribution, which are all negatively deriving symptoms of PWS. Excessive daytime sleepiness may also be improved by a wake-up drug called modafinil. Future treatments. Professor Senior Campbell, a close associate of mine, are beginning a number of trials to develop a drug to stop the brain from craving food. We've also discovered vagus nerve stimulator, which comes from an observation made in pilot study. This majorly influences the behavioural problems and overeating problems, as it described as a pacemaker for the brain. This short video describes the process of the vagus nerve stimulator, and it is definitely going to influence and shape the worlds of those who have PWS and the people looking after those with PWS. For people to undergo this process, there are a series of steps that you have to take to see if this treatment's right for you, but this is for the technology of the future. While you take a moment to look at the steps provided, funding for this disease is thoroughly important to shape the lives of many. For example, a family spent almost $250,000 in trying to shape up their kitchen so it's not accessible for a child with PWS. Further research should also be required for other genetic diseases just like PWS.